what's up, and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be talking about my NECA Terminator 2 Judgment Day Ultimate T-1000 figure right here. So as you can see, this is the packaging for it, which is very similar to the T-800 packaging that they have for this one. As you can see, I have as well with the T-800 Terminator, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, I actually had ordered this particular figure from Big Bad Toy Stores. As you can see, there's like the box that it came in. And this is also like my first time ever ordering a figure from a Big Bad Toy Store. I was always hearing about them so much, so I was like, I'm going to decide them and check them out. So, this is my first order from them, because usually I order from like Amazon, But yeah, I ordered this from a Big Bad Toy Store. And of course, this is based on the character, or you can say the antagonist of this movie right here, which is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This is a version I have, one of the versions that I have of it. And this is easily one of my all-time favorite movies, And again, I remember seeing this back in the theaters, like in 1991, like a long time ago. I saw it like 2 times, like in the theaters, when this was playing, So yeah, what I'm going to do is going to just talk about this. So as you can see, the packaging, it has like the image of the T-1000 played by Robert Patrick on the front of it, That's when he was telling Sarah Connor, like no, when she was aiming a gun at him, after shooting him a couple of times. And it says T-1000 right there on the front of the box. And it says Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now I think the picture is okay. I think it's better than the one they have for the T-800, like one, with Arnold on it with the minigun. I think it is better than that one, Now on the side it also has an image of the T-1000, NECA, real toys. And it also says Terminator 2 Judgment Day at the top right there, as you can see. And even on the side too as well. And even this is also, the director of this particular figure was also Randy Falk too as well. I always had to touch on the people who actually created this, Now the description for it, on the back it says, 3 billion human lives ended on August 29th, 1997. The few who survived the nuclear fire of Judgment Day lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines. In their effort to eliminate all remaining humans, Skynet sent 2 Terminators back through time. Their mission to destroy John Connor, the future leader of the human resistance. The first was programmed to strike at his mother, Sarah Connor, in the year 1984, before John was born. It failed. The second was to eliminate John when he was just a child. As before, the resistance was able to send a lone warrior to protect the boy. The only question which one would reach him first. And of course, these are the words spoken by Sarah Connor in Terminator 2 Judgment Day when it's coming on. She's speaking as though like the future warrior, Now it also has images of the T-1000 on the back too as well, and it's the various things that you can do with this particular figure. I did say what this includes. At the bottom it says includes 3 interchangeable heads, shotgun, grenade launcher, pistol, minigun, ammo bag, and bandolier. As you can see, there's like the inside of how the box actually looks. It has like an image of the T-1000 right here. I like how it looks like he's in the hospital. That sequence, And there's like an image of the figure inside the box too as well. You can see all the accessories that he has. He has a bunch of them too as well. It should be a pretty cool figure. I notice also on the outside, like the outline up here, this looks like the future sequence, like when they're fighting, like the outer part of it. All that right there looks like, you can see like a skull and stuff. As you can see, this is the background of the hospital, that T-1000 was at, where they were at, some of the scenes from the film. I think now I have been using these for like pictures, so I'll probably try this one like for like photography whenever I take like pictures, Alright. Okay, as you can see, there's the T-1000, Ultimate T-1000 figure from NECA. And of course, this is based on the antagonist, of this movie right here, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is just like touch on, like as usual, like the figure itself, and I'm already impressed with, I think it looks cool. Cause after I got the T-800 one, I like, immediately like, yeah, I gotta get the T-1000, you got to have both of those. But these right here are also like the accessories that he comes with too. So what I do is I touch on each one along with like like the articulation of the figure too as well. Alright. See, the T-1000 is about 7 inches, almost 7. Well, I guess one of the things I would do first with the T-1000 is just touch on like his articulation. And as you can see, it does look exactly like the way Robert Patrick did, like in the film, you know, and especially like from the side. Oh, that looks really like Robert Patrick does, like in the movie. NECA did a good job on the detail of this, you know, as you can see. Another thing too, if you look real closely, you actually can see the name of the officer that the T-1000 had killed in the beginning of the film, which his name was Austin. Even in the novelization, I remember seeing it like his name was Austin, as you can see on his badge. I think that's kind of cool right there. And you also can see the pen up here in his pocket and his badge too. The detail in that is just so awesome, you know. As you can see here, it's like his belt. I guess you could say like with like his ammo pouch and accessories and stuff. The also the one for like his gun that you could put in his waist. Even like more like pocket stuff on the back, you know. So I noticed that the T-1000, his arms can be raised like that, as you can see. You can bend his legs out like that. And I think his arms are like on a ball joint too as well, because you can see you can turn them. You can actually fold his arms up too like that. His hands can be turned too, I believe. They're kind of like stiff, you know, I might loosen them up. Yeah, they can be turned, the arms can be rotated. The head can be turned. You can look up, look down, you know. Here's the knees. They can be bent. As you can see, the knees can be bent and stuff. Feet can be turned. So this figure does have some awesome articulation in it, you know. Now it might be a little stiff now, you know, 'cause I might like loosen them up, you know. But yeah, it does have like some good articulation in it. The waist can be kind of turned, not too much, but it can be like turned. Actually, it can turn a lot. I noticed his radio is kind of like in the way too, to a certain extent. Talk about the T-1000s. They have like various names for these like blades that he can turn his arms into, you know, with the liquid metal, which has like the hooks on them, because sometimes they be straight too as well, you know. But these particular ones just have like the hooks on them, you know. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to put these on right now. These right there, the arms. As you can see, they have like a ball joint that they're on, so you can actually be able to twist it and stuff once it's on them, and it has the hook. Now the detail in this is amazing, you know. It looks exactly like it did like on the movie, you know. It even has like a shine to it as well. And both of them are very like similar too, as you can see. There's a T-1000 with his I guess you could say stabbing arms, you know, blazes. They have like so many names for them, you know, which is cool, you know. You can raise them up, as you can see too. You can even like twist them and turn them. I had to kind of loosen one of them up, you know, to actually get it where I can actually mess with it, you know. Because even this can be like turned too as well. As you can see, you can like turn it. Try not to mess with it too much. So I think that's awesome, you know. And yeah, of course you can even put them out straight out like that. That's so cool. That's awesome. Alright. So now what I do is actually talk about the knife fingers too as well. Like these right here. You know, when he actually made like the blade from like one of his fingers. So I'm going to touch on these. So he has like 2 of them, as you can see. Now I notice my blades are kind of kind of bent, but I probably like loosen them up, you know, or straighten them out with the hair dryer. But this is actually okay. I mean, it doesn't really bother me enough. There he is with the knife fingers like in his hand too as well. That's cool. And you can turn them and stuff. I think the detail on it is actually amazing too. Cause when you look like closely at the figure, you actually can see how it looked like on the movie, where the finger actually like it went from like being like the human like skin to like the liquid like metal in the form. I thought that was always kind of cool, even in the movie when you see it in the movie. And like I said, I noticed his blade is kind of bent, but I think that's okay though. Now what I'll do is talk about the T-1000's like gun hand too as well. Like he has like a hand that they gave him for the gun too as well. As you can see, it's already made to like grip the gun. And this is actually the gun that he comes with, like his handgun, because you know he did have one in the movie too, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is put the hand on him and the gun too as well. And as you can see, there's an image of him with the pistol in his hand right there. Nice little touch. The NECA gave him his gun too as well, because he did have a gun too, you know. And another thing, you can also put like his gun right here. You could put it like in this holster that's right here on his waist. So I know I'm always keep that in there, you know, if I want to use it. Yeah, I got the gun in his waist. And you also can like button this too. Now this one I can see that you can definitely do it with. As you can see, you can push that belt down, but I just leave it open because you can even set the hole right there for attaching like the gun. I mean the belt for it, you know. But I'll probably just leave mine open like that. Now what I talk about is like the real cool items that I think kind of make this figure, you know, really stand out. It's like his actual liquid metal type stuff, you know. Like when he was getting wounded, you know. Like this right here, I'll touch on this one first, as you can see, which has like the the hole in the eye, and even like the bullet holes in his chest, which show like the liquid metal of the T-1000 itself, you know. So I'm gonna touch on this one first, which is a half piece, and this is actually the first figure I have gotten from NECA like this. Cause I know they have other ones like this too. Cause you can also see like on the inside where you would snap this on to the figure. So I think that's kind of cool. And the detail in this is amazing. It looks exactly like it did like in the film, you know. I think that's awesome, like that big hole. And even like the bullet, even like the bullet wounds, that's cool. The thing is about this particular figure, you can actually take the head off too as well. I think this figure actually has like, it has like 3 heads in total, because there's like Robert Patrick's like head with the head of the T-1000 that you can take off, you know. And you can actually put it on this body too as well, like the head, this particular head, because this one can come off if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty interesting. I never had a figure like this. As you can see, you have to actually split. I think that's so cool the way NECA did that. You have to split this apart right here, like its upper torso, and it comes off, and that's how it looks. So you actually have this separate, you know, from the T-1000. And then you can put on the one with like the bullet wounds, as you can see. And it just like snaps in, because you can see like how it looks. And then you just like snap them on in together. As you can see, there's a battle damage T-1000. That is so awesome though. From a cool, very cool villain, you know. I always thought this was one of the awesomest villains like in movies, you know. So yeah, as you can see, I got this torso on. And you can actually keep this one like separate, you know, so you can actually keep them with this one on, or you can actually keep this one on. That's a cool touch. And as you can see, here's like the battle damage head, which I have taken off, you know. And you can actually take it off this particular torso right here, and it can actually go on this torso right here if you want. So like, you know, like if as if he wasn't battle damaged. You actually can like interchange like the heads with different torsos. So I think that's kind of cool that NECA did that. So here's like the other head too. So now what I'm gonna do now is touch on the split head. When Arnold had shot him right in his face and split his head open. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on one of these torsos. So I just chose to put it on the battle damaged torso. And even the detail in this is like amazing. You can actually see like the inside of like the liquid metal and stuff, as you can see inside the T-1000's head. I think that's so cool. You can see there's the split head on the T-1000 right now. That's awesome. I got on the battle damaged torso because you can actually miss this head out with the other one. You know, you can actually turn it too still and so on. It can be turned. It was just how I did like in the movie. Now there, as you can see, is like a size comparison with my my two NECA Terminator figures. You have the NECA T-1000 Terminator figure and the NECA T-800 Terminator figure. And these are both Ultimate figures too as well. So I forgot to say Ultimate T-1000 and Ultimate T-800. So they're about the same in height, you know. I think Arnold is actually like a slightly like taller than Robert Patrick. I think like about 2 inches if I'm not mistaken. I know he's actually taller if I'm not mistaken, just by a little bit, you know. But this is like a size comparison of these figures, you know. Alright. Okay, that was my NECA Terminator 2 Judgment Day Ultimate T-1000 figure. I would definitely recommend this figure for like fans of like Terminator 2 or just the Terminator films in general, especially like the T-1000 figure. This is easily like one of my all-time favorite figures, and I have just gotten this T-1000. You know, I think this is a very superb figure from NECA. I think they did a good job on it. And again, this is based on the antagonist or villain of this film right here, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which I recall seeing in the theaters back in 1991. 2 times I went and saw this film in theaters, you know, when I was like a kid, you know, and this has remained one of my all-time favorite films, you know. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this figure, you know, it's superb. The detail on it, like the things that NECA did with it, you know, is just truly awesome, you know. I would definitely recommend picking this figure up. So that's me talking about my NECA Terminator 2 Judgment Day Ultimate T-1000 figure. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well. Do 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 do.